The message came in at exactly 11:47 p.m. Are you okay? Just 4 words. Polite. Casual. The kind of text you send when you're sitting alone in a hotel room, or maybe when the person next to you has finally fallen asleep. I stared at the screen while the ceiling fan above me pushed warm air around in lazy circles. Her side of the bed was still perfectly made. She had left that morning in a rush, quick kiss on my cheek, suitcase wheels rolling fast across the tiles, excitement in her voice that somehow never quite reached her eyes. I typed. Deleted. Typed again. Then I sent the truth. No, and I think you know why. 3 little dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. That was the moment I knew my words had landed heavier than she expected. For weeks before that night, I had been doing what most husbands do when something starts feeling wrong. I blamed myself. Too busy with work. Too quiet lately. Too predictable. Too safe. She said the trip was a reset. A work conference with a few days of sightseeing attached. I nodded. Smiled. Told her she deserved it. Told her to enjoy herself, but the little things had already started stacking up, missed calls that went straight to voicemail. Her phone always face down on the table now. A new password on her lock screen. She laughed and said she forgot to tell me. She smiled more at her screen than she smiled at me during dinner. When I asked who she was texting, she would say just work and lean her shoulder away, like my curiosity was something sharp. I told myself I was being paranoid. Marriage does that sometimes. It makes you afraid of shadows. The first night she was gone, I called. Just to hear her voice. No answer. An hour later, a text. Sorry, long day. Exhausted. The second night, same thing. The third night, sleep refused to come. The house felt too loud with memories. Her coffee mug still sitting on the counter. Her favorite sweater draped over the back of the chair like she'd only stepped out for a minute. I opened our shared laptop, hoping to drown the quiet with something mindless. That's when the notification popped up. A synced message. One she never meant for me to see. I miss how you looked at me tonight. My chest tightened. My hands turned cold. I clicked before I could talk myself out of it. There was more. Not pictures. Not anything explicit. Something worse. Inside jokes that weren't ours. Gentle teasing. Memories of small moments they'd already shared. Soft plans tucked between the lines. Future coffees. Future evenings. Future. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just sat there in the dark, feeling something old and solid inside me quietly crack. When her message finally arrived, "Are you okay?" It almost felt cruel. As if she could sense the exact second I had found out, and wanted to check how much damage had been done. Her reply came quickly after my honest answer. What do you mean? I could have lied. I could have pretended. But some part of me was finished protecting her comfort. I wrote back, I saw the messages. You don't have to explain right now. I just needed you to know I'm not blind. Silence. Long minutes of silence, then the phone rang. I let it ring 5 times before I answered. Her voice was small. Almost childlike. It's not what you think. I almost laughed. Instead I said, very quietly, then tell me what it is. Words came tumbling out. Excuses stitched together with guilt. She said she felt lonely. Confused. That it just happened. She swore nothing physical had happened. Yet. That little word, yet, cut deeper than any full confession ever could. I told her about the nights I waited for her calls. About how I defended her to my own doubts. About how trust doesn't break with a loud crash, it erodes. Slowly. Quietly. Until one day there's nothing left solid enough to stand on. She cried. I believed her tears were real. That didn't make it hurt any less. I don't know who I am anymore, she whispered. I answered softly, I do. You're someone who made a choice. 2 days later she came home. We sat at the kitchen table, the same table where we once planned vacations, argued about paint colors, held hands through bad news. She wanted another chance. I wanted the past back. Neither of us got what we wanted. We talked for hours, sometimes calm, sometimes broken. In the end, I didn't leave in anger. I left in clarity. Loving someone doesn't mean you have to accept the slow death of your own self-respect. Now, when I remember that single text, "Are you okay?" I finally understand what it really was. Not concern. Confirmation. She was checking to see if I still believed the version of us she was trying to hold together. I didn't. And somehow, that quiet knowing hurt more than the messages themselves. Long pause. Some heartbreaks arrive with shouting and slammed doors. Others come softly, with 4 simple words at 11:47 p.m., and the sound of something inside you finally giving way.